Well, my name is Lilibeth Ortega, and I'm working in Nicaragua for 3 years now. My discipleship with young ladies that I have like 3 or 4 of them, and it's a discipleship like one-on-one, and I really enjoy that because it's a time that we can really talk like deep things and about their families, and I really like to encourage them through the Bible and or with sometimes we read books that probably it's according to what they are struggling in that moment. And yeah, and I really like it because some of them are like, we become good friends, and I really like that because I know that they are trusting me, and they don't we connect very well, and we're like building a good relationship with them. So I really like that moment, or those moments that I have with them. Well, my music ministry, it's one of the things that I enjoy the most in Nicaragua. And yeah, when I knew how to play the guitar, I really wanted that other people serve also in that way. And the first thing that I told God, it was like, I really want to serve you in this way. And now, since I went to Nicaragua, I was teaching the kids, young adults, the youth people that we have there, and to see them like learning from zero, like nothing about guitar, and to see them now playing in the church is something that it's a great blessing for me. So I've been enjoying with them, and also with some of them I connect also with the parents, and I've been having like a good relationship with them. And yeah, so it's something that God has blessed me so much with it. Yeah. Yes, I am involved in the ministry and youth ministry and young adults ministry. And in the kid ministry, we I we, I sometimes prepare the games, or also I teach them. Also, same with the rest of our ministries. And in the young adults ministry, I help our leader there how to lead the ministry and all this. But most of the time, he's the one who leads, but I just guide him. But yeah, so we are involved in that. Typical day in our youth group, it's we come together, and the first thing is, well, like, we play a game, like our ice breaking games, and we then have a worship time. And this is nice because they are the one who leads also the worship and all this. And yeah, so we have time to learn about the Bible, and also we have a time we call it like a challenge time. And yeah, so it's a time where we prepare like some question about the lesson that we learned the week before, and then we give them prizes, or yeah, so or we make teams, so they are like kind of fighting for the prizes between teams. And yeah, so it's that's our typical day probably. Yeah. Well, one of a typical day with our youth there is, well, our church is always open for the people there, and it is good because they gather all like always in the afternoon, and they play soccer, volleyball, basketball, whatever. And also, I mean, I like that because we can connect with some of them, and some of them, they don't go to the church, and we can connect with them. But like a typical day probably, or youth ministry we have, is like we come and we have fun games. They love games and different games, and so they enjoy that. And they have we have a time of prayer. We want to that we want them to get used to pray. So we always pray for, I mean, different things, and also we have a time to learn the Word of God, and then a special time that we have is like I don't know how to say this in English, but it's like a challenge. We call it challenge, and it's we do like kind of games that we ask them about the lesson that we learned the week before. So, and some of them they really study because we give them like prizes, and they love that. So they want to I don't know what gain the prizes. Yeah. Yeah. So some of them they work really hard. They study really hard about the lessons or whatever we give them to have the prizes. So it's nice. I mean, to encourage them in that way to our young people there and young adults also. So yeah. I think they enjoy the games, but also this time that we have the challenge that we call it. I don't know how else to say it. Yeah, so because we give them prizes, or we just like probably take them someone else to eat, or like one pizza, or I don't know, like a box of chocolate. So they work hard for that. They study really hard for that, and some of them they really enjoy that. So yeah, it's one of the things probably I can think that they enjoy it. Well, the way that you can support us, it's of course always in prayer. We need leaders there, and we are training our people there to be a leader, and through our Bible Institute, and we need also a pastor for our church, and yeah, so we are praying for that also. And yeah, I think that our people can be really committed in the Word of God, and we really want to see them one day, I don't know, probably continue disciple other people, and probably being a missionary or become a pastor probably from our church. And so I think are the things that probably we sometimes we think most of the time, yeah, to have leaders and pastor, yeah. I just want you to pray about a challenge that God put in my heart, is to go to a new city in Nicaragua, and I really want to probably in some years to start a ministry there. And I'm praying for a team that come with me, local team or whoever wants to come. So I'm really praying that God put the right people in this team, and also the right people where we are gonna go. And yeah, I'm gonna really appreciate your prayers about this, and that God really give me wisdom and to make good decision in this. And yeah, so thank you.